Hi, Dan here. Hope you're doing really well. I thought it might be fun to show you the cheapest bass I have and the most expensive bass I have. I do a lot of remote sessions. I've played for a long time, so I've amassed probably more basses than I need, but I sort of do use them. This is the newest one. It's a 1982 Ibanez Roadster, and I modified a few things on it, namely the pickups. These are DiMarzio's. Got a PJ sort of configuration here, and I bought it because I just love the neck on it. It feels good. I quite like the sound, but the pickups were a bit off. So this is pickups both on at the same time. Signal chain for this whole video, by the way, it's just bass into, I'm going into an Avalon U5 straight into a Universal Audio Apollo into Logic. No EQ, no compression, no processing, nothing. It's just the sound of the bass. This is the P bass pickup. When you have a PJ, in my opinion, it never really ends up sounding exactly like a Precision or exactly like a Jazz. It's its own kind of thing. Here is the J pickup. That sounds pretty good. That's in the middle. That's probably the tone. That's probably the setting I like the most. Tone knobs both up. If I go to the P, the tone all the way back, it darkens it a lot. Go to the J. You can darken that up as well. So, you know, there's quite a few things that you can do with this bass in terms of the pickup configuration and the tone knobs. But it just feels, it's got, by the way, I didn't tell you, it's got elite nickel-plated strings on them, so it's quite a warm sound. They're fairly new. Actually, they're quite played in by now, so they're not really that new. But for slap, it feels really good doing that. The action's pretty low on this one. And I feel that it does cover quite a few styles. The pickups have really helped with that. But I bought this bass for something like £340 or something like that. Spent a bit of money doing it up. I think it got plecked as well. Yeah, it got plecked, so the frets are all leveled, really nice. It feels really good to play, but overall this is a cheap bass, certainly the cheapest I own. This is a 1968 Fender Precision. It's probably the most expensive bass I own, although I did buy Pino Palladino's old Lakeland bass, which that possibly is more expensive, but I'll show you that on another video, but sort of a little bit closer to like a fretted instrument. I wanted to show you this. So it's got flat wound strings on it, James Jamerson labellas. I got this foam mute on it, I'll take that off, but that's to sort of deaden the sound, make it sound a little bit more old school. It's a Fender Precision, so it's got one split coil pickup right in that sweet spot there. You've got a volume knob and you've got your tone knob. That's up fully at the moment. And that's down. So I generally play it fully up. Because of these flat wounds, it's got that slightly mellow, slightly duller tone to it. If you put stainless steel strings in it, perhaps played with a pick, you'd get a different tone. But the thing about a P bass is it does that. Not really going to be slapping on it too much, but you know, you can. It just is that sort of old school machine. Now, which one you like, which one, the sound that you prefer from these two basses, it's all subjective. It's completely up to you. There are people that hate P basses. The neck on this, by the way, is actually very, very slim. So I don't like playing really chunky necks that I can't really get around on. And probably that's why I bought this one, because it sort of fits me really well. It's just got that tone. In terms of how much I use this bass compared to the other one, well, I always record YouTube videos with that one now because I like playing it, I like the sound of it, I like the look of it, it's fine, and I don't really tend to wheel this one out for that. But there are plenty of sessions and gigs where I would use this because a P bass with flats is an absolutely classic combination, The reason I wanted to show you this video, a little bit of fun really, nothing too serious, but I mainly wanted to show you that you can, provided you put good strings on it, you set it up properly, perhaps you change the pickups if you're not already, if you don't already like the tone of your current bass, you can really get a cheap bass and have it sound really good. I mean, I would say that I prefer, sacrilege really, but I prefer playing the Ibanez to this. It just fits me better. I perhaps prefer the sound of it, but certainly this one is a little bit more expensive. If you've got any more gear questions, do let me know. I do at least 2 videos a week, and it's usually on how to play bass, you know, different styles, techniques, fretboard knowledge, things like that. So if you do want lessons like that, please do subscribe. But I'm looking over here. I'll show you. I've got a Rickenbacker, I've got an Ibanez, I've got a Gibson. These are all old basses. I've got some new ones, acoustic bass, double bass. And if you want to know about any of those, do let me know. But certainly each one has its own character, its own place. I'm not, you know, I do like to collect these things. I like to have an example of at least one good old bass. But honestly, that Ibanez, very cheap. I'm playing it a lot, and I'm really enjoying it. There are so many cheap basses that you can get these days that will sound fantastic and will serve you really well. Thanks very much for watching this. I'll see you on the next video.